Hey, my name is Wazoblue and welcome to my Minecraft Beta 173 World Tour. So, I've been playing Minecraft Beta on the Sweetwater server since the beginning of April, so it's about 8 months of playing on this server. And in this video I will show everything I've done in this time. So, let's start with this small village, which is the second thing I built on the server, maybe in May if I remember correctly. So this is a basic small village inspired from the first village in Minecraft, I think in the beta 1.8, and nothing really special, just these houses with some stuff for building. There are 5 houses with different size. Yeah, all houses are empty to be honest, so nothing really crazy. The interesting thing is this water. Like, this river originally did not exist. I dug the river so that there is a beautiful land, beautiful landscape, like with cliffs and things like this. And I like the fact that this place is kinda isolated with the rest of the world. And this is why I dug a river all around this mountain, the village, and this plain. So let's go back. And we go to the middle of this plain. There's a kind of ancient monument, ruins of some past civilization. As you can see, I think there is a very cool dark ambient or something. Okay, that will be better in the night, but we are in the day. So yeah, that's all for this. Give me a second. Yeah, here, okay. There is nothing done here, but here there is a mob spawner I found. Yeah, with some automatic farm. That's weird because when I built it I forgot that I could have a design that automatically kills skeleton. So I found one closer to my base and I do not use this one anymore. So let's quit this village and we are following this path, not for a very long moment. As you can see, there's 2 bridges, very nice, very fancy. Another island, and yeah, this path lead to nothing because you will see that this castle, which is my first big project, my first build, to be honest, uh, doesn't have a door on this side, so I couldn't figure out a good way to connect this path to the other side. So this place is really isolated from the rest, as you can see. So we will walk to... Okay, we just shut the notification. We will walk to the normal entrance of this castle. As you can see, it's very large. Yeah, this is my old farm, old wheat farm. Ah. Here we are. So we arrived to the front door of the Sand Castle, which, as I said, is my first completed build on this server. And before going inside, let's just take a look to this place, which is kinda nostalgic for me since it's my first base that was here. I've moved since, but very cool, very cozy for first base. And let's get in. So a lot of path here. We are going to there, to the uh, main part of the castle, the main house, which, as you can see, and we will see for a lot of other of my builds, interiors are not done. They are pretty empty. Just there is a bed here, and yeah, planks are missing here because it used to be my second base. So I put chests inside the floor, and when I removed the chests, I did not replace them by planks. So let's just do a little turn, have a nice view from on the other side of the sea, and here my um, heating room. I don't know how to call it, with a nice decoration, mural decoration, and that's it for this place. Let's go down here, and as you can see, there is one big wall, and inside a very small town, very cute town with different houses and different things. Um, it took me a while to build, to be honest, and it's kinda unfinished since I haven't done the interiors. So here is the smithing house with a lot of furnace. Yeah, it was originally designed to be the wood house, woodkeeper house. It's empty. And a kind of religious building inspired from Greek temples and that kind of things. And yeah, nothing really special, just walking in the streets, looking at that, that fancy houses. Yeah, this one is nice. And yeah, another smithing area with brick buildings, and a mining area with some iron ore in the ground. And okay, the record stopped. Uh, it's night now, so let's sleep. I didn't remember when it stopped exactly, but maybe I was walking in this town and I was going to go around the city using the wall, and yeah, it's quite nice. I like the fact that there are a lot of paths here, so this is kind of a maze. You can see here there is also a path. Not very smart, but at least I can show you the path closer. So yeah, you can go around this house and come back to the street. So let's climb again. And since everything is well down, I can come here and there. And we are back. Nothing really special to say here, just it was very long to build. I needed a lot of sandstone, and the path is also horrible to walk due to those small angles, especially here. And you have a lot of huge tower, huge empty tower. So here we are, and we are on the other side of the main houses, of the main palace. And we can go down here, and we are back inside the city. And yeah, perfect. So this was my first project, and when I completed, I started to build this castle right in front. I think the view is crazy, completely gorgeous, with the village and the castle and the sky and all the fog. That's beautiful. And yeah, this castle was my second project, and the idea was to have a more detailed buildings in terms of wall and color, which here I haven't achieved. Just small stone here and there, but that's very limited. So I started something more ambitious, but before to go there, we'll go on that direction, following the path, as always, and to these houses. So this houses was planned to be officially my house, and this is also one of the first interiors I've done. So I think I did a good job. With a nice fireplace. But even if it is my official house, I do not really live inside. It's quite small. I got a lot of chests to put in, and is the stuff here? No. Okay, and I made a small garden with a nice water place, and I also built a river, so it's very cute, very nice. It looks very natural and detailed. And once we go there, we can cross the river once and twice, and we are at the the water mill, windmill. Not really. Another interior done. So with a kitchen, a grindstone, and yeah, remember that this is not done, but nobody has seen it for now. And a nice water wheel. I think it's beautiful. Also with all the details, and yeah, that's quite nice. Also, I've done the river, such that a little of a little of water is taken from the river in order to feed the watermill. And I also build sources and secret sources, which is supposed to produce all the water for the river. And also, it's very important, like, it's very roleplay. And the same for this river. There is a water source in the wall. So let's go back to the main path. crossing in the grass, coming down. So this pass is very recent because I just forgot to mail one back in the time, back in the summer, but I've done it like, yeah, maybe 2 months ago, even though this town is done, is finished since maybe 4 months, maybe 6, maybe 5. So we arrived in this town, and basically it doesn't have name, and there are a couple of houses, some medieval rural houses, with this one that is huge. Let's get in. Again, one of the few interior of this village, with some storage here. Here you have some kind of waiting room, and you can go here and find this nice place. And here you have first bedroom, which is kind of weird because if you want to go to the other bedroom, you have to cross one, but okay. And here you have some 2 other bedrooms here and there, which are very small, probably not legal. Is this? Oh yeah. So let's go back down and outside. Yeah, so I was saying that there are a lot of. This is clearly a medieval rural inspiration of all these buildings. Like my main inspiration is the book called L'Astrée, which is a French book written like maybe 500 years ago, but it was about early medieval France in the 5th century. And in this book there is a great like ambient, like the phantasm of the old France and first year of medieval. I don't know, but I've tried to recreate this atmosphere in Minecraft. Like you have a lot of rural place, small houses, a lot of details, and also gigantic builds, gigantic castle, which is very unlikely to happen in the 5th century in France. And so let's see just 1 or 2 other interiors that very quick because houses are very small. So this is a very poor place, and this is why houses are small. And here like there is some dirty things on the floor, not even wood. And yeah, I think I've done a great job on this part, especially. Like, yeah, it's really like a dense street. Here you have the bakery with the bread paste, and the bedroom. Another small house, and start to the night will be starting. Please, can I sleep? Sleep? I don't know. I don't need the day for the castle. So we are here in the castle, as you can see. The front door is very small, like almost hidden, and I think it's quite good. It's like mysterious and exploring kind of things. And this castle, again, the interior is not done. It's not done, but for a very good reason. Like the volume of all the rooms are very strange and very small. yeah, this is not the the size of the room you will be expect to see in a in a huge castle. Like, yeah, all rooms are very small and very weird in shape, and yeah, that's the same thing for here. But one thing that I've done very well here, I think, it's the path that are leaking rooms. It's really like a maze. Yeah, the castle is like a maze. And here you have the tower with the view on the third village I've built. We'll see it later. And here the west part, I think. Is it west here? It isn't written. Here is north. So yeah, that's the west part. Originally, this part didn't exist, but I built it in order to have like a place where you can see in the other room, and that's work, but it's also completely useless since nobody lives here. And it's I only built it because it was a scene of the book Lastre where people are looking them through the two walls like this. Um, and here there's just a nice garden inside the wall, as you can see here. This is unfinished, or yeah, intend more like um, abandoned. And here, if we go there, there is another weird empty room. And here, it used to be my third base. So you have to imagine a chess room with a lot of chess here, and there, with a lot of space for storage, and another part of my room. And again, I moved all these to a larger one because this one started to be a bit too small for all the stuff I gather. And if we go down there, we are back to the entrance, and this is what I like in this castle. Like everything is connected, and this is a bit of a maze. So let's sleep for the next part. Uh, yeah. So something that is clearly a secret is this. Behind this painting, there is a long tunnel that I built because the walk path was too long, so I decided to do this hidden part. And there you have this secret exit, well hidden. And we arrive to the third village. Again, there is no name for this village, but it was inspired by a village close to where I lived, especially on the form of the path and where the houses are placed. I think it's a good way to have inspiration for cities, like to reproduce a city that looks like realistic. I think it's good to watch on maps, and this is what I've done. And yeah, that's another village with um, similar design to the other village, but similar but slightly different. Like this house, I think is original, but this is also a peasant, a farmland village with a lot of wheat farm and everything you need. I mean everything related to farming. Yeah, this all these are empty. Yeah, I do not come that often to this place, and I'm like, why did I put two doors on these small houses? We need two doors, honestly. Yeah, I think this one was the first house I built, and I used this one for storage when I was building this. This design is pretty nice. I reused it in different builds. We will see later. At least two, or maybe three. I don't remember. Uh, yeah, this house. Um, one day while I was building, someone comes here and wanted to have a house, so I give him I give them that house, and I've never seen them again. Pretty sad. There's some stuff here. Yeah, this isn't touched. Maybe he will he will connect one. We will connect again one day, but yeah, pretty sad. And here you can see that some limited garden, which I started to experiment in this village. Like in the second one, this type of thing did not exist. And yeah, again, some farm with scarecrows. And yeah, I think we are done with this one. And yeah, besides the thing, it's just like beautiful. It's empty and very similar to the other one. Oh, you have a nice view here. Okay. And yeah, when I built this village, I intended it to be isolated from the rest. And this is why the only path that connects this place to the rest is that bridge. Which is honestly kinda... uh, yeah, there is a mine that the guy in this house built. But yeah, nothing special, just I think it looks nice here. So yeah, there is a huge bridge which make no sense basically, because it, this is a very small village and you built an incredibly huge bridge. This looks weird in terms of roleplay. And yeah, this is the view from the side. It's a bit dull, but okay. Like it, only cobblestone. Could be more detailed. And here, if you follow the path, and if we follow the path, we will arrive to the main entrance. Like the main entrance, not really, but the starting point of my territory. Because I'm playing on the server and there are a lot of people that might come here and visit. And people generally comes here first. Oh. With the public announcement and people coming here. And yeah, this is the place where people arrive to my territory, and we will follow this just a little to to show you the metro line, because this place is very far from the spawn. I think there's about 7,000 blocks. Did I lose the metro line entrance? Where it is? Here? Yo, that's crazy. I built so much thing, I cannot find the entrance. Here? No. Give me 2 seconds. I will check on the dynamic map. So here. That's weird. Here? Is that here? Okay, I'm really unsure. No, this is not here. Okay, there is another place in the map that could be this. This is probably it. Yeah, this is it. So, this is the metro line entrance. Like I said, this place is very far from the spawn, about 7,000-8,000 blocks. So I decided to build a metro line. And concretely, this is a 3x3 hole that goes from my place to the spawn with rails. It's very long, it's about 12 minutes to do to go to the spawn. So I won't show you here, but believe me, it works. And yeah, originally it was connected to the castle, but I just didn't like the idea that people could come directly inside my castle, and I think it would be more interesting to have an exit directly on like the entrance of my territory, and so that people could discover like progressively and have some nice view on all the things they can discover. So this is why I've done this. So let's go back to the main village, like, to the second castle. This will be a bit long. Oh, it's nice. Here we are. So yeah, here you can see. Can I see up here? You can better see the village and the bridge. I found this bridge I rebuilt it many times because I didn't like the shape, but now I think it's correct. Like yeah, you want it to be very circular. And the water is not always extremely passionate. Could be very long. And yeah, you can see the village while walking. You can see the castle when you are arriving to my place. Uh, I like this walk path. Like you are going inside the forest. You see a lot of different views. Like you have this nice tree arch, and we are going to this place, to that direction, more precisely. Going down here to to a secret place in the forest, in the woods. And this leads to this place, which is again a reference to somewhere close to my RL house. This is a ruins with a nice place with flower, and yeah, that's very comfy and cozy. I like also the fact that there are some ruins hidden in the woods. Again, that remind me the book Illustré, where there are like characters find a lot of ruins of the the France before the Roman era, and I like this idea. And if I remember correctly, if you go there, you will find my my temporary base and a nice seat for stunning views on the lake and on the other mountains. So we'll go back to the second village and we'll slowly going to the third castle and to my actual residence place. This is not the third castle, this is the fourth castle. At least we can see the countryside. Yeah, this fountain is very weird, like uninspired. Maybe I will replace it one day. So we are following the path, and this path will be leading to the third castle. Maybe we can see it now. Oh no, you have to cross the river. And yeah, you can start to see it appears. Honestly, this castle is very weird, but in terms of structure, but I think it looks well overall, even it's basically only cobblestone and stone. Like it's not very detailed, outside of some gravel here and there. And here we are on a nice bridge. I think this is the first bridge, like the diagonal bridge. And this river, oh, I haven't finished this part, but yeah, this river is not natural. I've built it in order to have this nice bridge, and so that the place look nicer. And give me a second. I will pick the wool because it's important for building. Wools. Like every interiors need wools. Yeah. Oh yeah. I also did this weaver. I forgot about it. But originally I planned to put a watermill here, but the terrain was not good. Like it was not steep enough to be good. So I didn't build it. And there we go. I'm richer in terms of foods. Now, as you can see, there is also a windmill here. I think overall it's beautiful, but I don't think it goes well with the rest. It's too tall and I think it looks too modern. Like it was inspired from windmill in the north of France in the 18th centuries. So that's not the good period of my whole area. Yeah, it's too tall. It's yeah, I don't like it. Like the design is good, but I don't like where it is placed. So we arrived in this small village, which is basically four houses, four poor houses, and as you can see, some stuff. Wood is very important. I don't care about sapling, but gravel and sand is good too. Yeah, yeah. Remember, this house was in the third village. Just here, I gave up the sandstone and I replaced it by a mix of cobblestone and gravel. Yeah, every crops there are fences under every crop, so it cannot break. And yeah, this place is very. I think the houses are very beautiful and very well done compared to the first, for example, in the sandstone castle. But the place looks very empty because I had no really project for this whole area. I wanted to make some wood culture behind here, but I couldn't find a good way to do it. So I leave this place a bit isolated as usual. Also, when I started, I think the place was very good because there is sort of mountain that hide this place to the walk path, so you can discover it progressively. And I like also this one. But yeah, I had no real project outside of doing a farmland townlet. And yeah, that's it. Let's go to the mill. Yeah, I really do not like it. And yet the interior is very empty as usual. Also, it's so small that I could not figure how to do this. Can I have a good view on it? If I go there. Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice view. But yeah, nothing special about this place. I do not like it very much. Maybe I will rework on it. But I don't know what to do. Maybe plant some trees, add some detailing on the ground with green wool, some sugar cane here and there. But yeah, I got so much things to do, and this place is clearly not a priority. So, the third castle. Originally, I started to build this castle because the second one was too small for me, and I shown rooms were too small and nothing really worked. So I decided to do this huge medieval castle, and I also decided to do it very large. Like you will say, this is extremely large. So first thing, it is on an island, not a natural island. I did all the terraforming behind it. I dug the river so that it turns all around the castle. And also here I dug this part to have a nice bridge at the front door. And yeah, I like how I did those like little floor in the castle. You have one floor, you go from to some stairs and you have another floor. And I think everything is well connected and you arrive to the main floor. So this was the first house I've built. It was inspired by an old 1.8 map, but I can't remember the name. And I like how I did the rooms, even they are empty, with this nice fireplace. And I cannot show you. Can I show you? No, I cannot, but I will. Yeah, the way I did it, like, there is a true fireplace with all that goes directly to outside. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool to have a true fireplace. And here again, something very, very empty. So that part was originally built to be my place, but it never became. This house is just gigantic. I could not figure out how to build the inside, build the interior, and also the outside, I think, is very weird. Like, I'm not sure if I like the exterior. How, how does it look? Yeah. So this is why I left this place behind me. Even if all rooms and I mean everything was plain, but yeah, I was not inspired to live here. And yeah, I think the weirdest part is on this side. Like, yeah, this side of the building is very weird in my opinion. So yeah, let's go around. On this floor there is a tower. One thing that is also horrible with this castle, and I haven't thought about it when I built it, is that every wall I can see due to these slabs. This is extremely sad and a big mistake in my opinion, because it can destroy all the pleasure of walking and looking outside with this build. So yeah, that's sad. There's two other houses made of bricks. Um, I think they are clearly beautiful, especially this one. I like those like fake tower. This is very yeah. Okay, that might not be that medieval, but I think it looks well and sits inside the castle, and people here might be very rich. I think it could be good. It could be acceptable. So when we go around here, you cannot see anything. So here you can see the river that I dug, and I made this cliff also because everything was connected. I had no choice. And we come here, another tower, empty and very similar to the others. So I won't go inside all of them, but again, like this wall, these horrible slabs that kills my views. And from there you can see not the first village, but the rest of my build, which will go later. Uh, where am I? I'm here. I also did a leaf maze because there was space here. I wanted to do something special, and also it's there is a scene in the movie from the book L'Astrée where they are in the garden, and it's kind of a reference. Another house, more smaller, but still pretty decent, honestly, compared to other houses in the village. And here, the last house, with again a fireplace with a true chimney going to the sky and to outside. So, and this, oh no, we haven't seen this one. And this is the same true fireplace and empty and also extremely huge, like one, two, three, four, four floor. That's huge. Like nobody needs four floor in in this version of Minecraft. And if we go there in this tower, oh, there are already a block. You can see another village, and this is the one we are going to right now. So to do so, we have to go outside from the main entrance because like there is no other exit for this place. And yeah, let's walk 5 minutes again. Let's have a 5 minute walk. So we are back to the main walk path, and this section goes to the castle. Yeah, let's take a look. Yeah, that's very nice, but again, as you can see, this face is not very detailed. Yeah, I do not like it really much. So this path is one of the most recent thing I've done on the server. Um, because honestly, nobody needs walk paths when you can have a bunch of homes. But it's cool for the roleplay and everything. Also, when people visit, it can indicate where to go and how to go to have a good view. A nice bridge. And as you can see, on those paths there are cobblestone and gravel, and where you cross that bridge you have only stone. So this is a sort of limit between the two. Honestly, when I started building the last village, I did walk past like this and I continue through here, and I was like, oh, the other path is like do not respect that pattern, so there will be a problem. And this is why there is a bridge here, so there is a transition, an invisible transition between the two pattern of path. Let's sleep a bit. So here I plan to do a wood village, like people that farm wood for heating in the village, and I want to make a small village here. Also, this will add some detail and interest to this path, I think. And yeah, this could be cool. This is my project. And yeah, this path just go around the castle, the cobblestone castle, and we are arriving on the other side of the main entrance of the castle. So here it's also one of the most recent thing I've done. This is a small village with farmlands. I've done it because on the other side, like in the fog there are a dense village with a lot of houses and buildings very close, and there is basically no space for farming. And the existence of this village needs people who farm outside, and this is why I've done that. I've done it. So I'm trying to have a roleplay thing where there are real people that farm and gather all the bread in the city. And especially here, like you can see some poor housing with yeah, lot of blood going here and there. And on the other side, you have the landlord house, which is bigger and more clean, just cleaner. And yeah, the inside is not done, and you may recognize this is one of the pattern of house I use. And yeah, the water place. Try to not fall. And yeah, that's it for this place. I think it's very cute. And here you have some fruit trees that are growing. Oh, here you have another bridge because the other village is on an island, so you need a bridge, and this is a brick bridge. Brick diagonal bridge. I think it's quite nice. And here we are in the village. So yeah, first I've done this little place with a tree because this was empty and this was ugly, so I had these details. And contrary to the rest, interiors here are done with, so here you have this kind of lawn farming outskirts with interiors and the bedroom here with a nice frame. And yeah, I will not show all interiors, but consider they have been done. Here you have like the fabric seller. He sell different type of fabric, different color. Here you have the like general store with like general commodity store. And yeah, this village is inspired again by a town close to me. In the real life. And yeah, again, I think it works very well. So I reproduce the pattern of the path and where the houses are, and it looks very good in terms of densification and where the buildings are. I also done this garden, like because on the map of the real village, this there are a lot of place empty, and this way probably garden, and this is why what I reproduced here, and the same thing here. And there you have the main castle and where I actually live, where is my base and where are my chests. And this is by far my biggest project. As you can see, there are a lot of sandstone, clay, stone, and also bricks on this castle. So it was a long time of farming, and yeah, like all this is one building. It's truly gigantic, and we'll see it later. We just finish the outside here. Yeah, I like this village. I think it's very well detailed. It's very cozy, very chilling. There's here a religious place with a cross, and yeah, something to watch people. Oh, and the graveyard just close to the church. This place is empty, but I plan to do something here. Maybe a ruins or something in construction. And okay, maybe for some important place here you have the bakery. Very nice. And here you have the smithing area with the furnace and the big chimney, big fireplace in brick. So now we are going to this place, I think, and we'll be back then here. So here it's again some farmland, because again I wanted some places where things are being farmed and gathered to the city, and this is why this place exists. We have two crops with two houses and vehicles for bringing stuff from there to the city. And this is basically what is this place. Sparse buildings with farmlands. Also, interiors are not done, as usual. Yeah, as you can see. Again, another house. I try to have very diversified type of buildings. Here I use the sponge block as width block. It's work a bit, but yeah, that's nice. Here you have another like minor house with furnace and this the mine just behind, and you have on the other side of the building the vehicle with the iron block ready to be brought to the city. Then we go there, which is basically a dead end, and this place is, I think, extremely cozy, extremely beautiful. There is a lot of detailing of flower, green wool, sugar cane, and this is the same as usual, like a house with a big garden and a wheat farm. And here you have the water mill with a design very close to the first water mill at the beginning of the video, but the inside is not finished. But something interesting, I think I've done, the wheel is maybe better, but the river is more credible here, because if you remember, the river was on the top of a mountain and just go down like instantly into the watermill. But here the river, the source is in this small cave where the water exits, and here the water doesn't go like right into the water mill. You have a little waterfall just before, a little slope, and I think it's way better. Also, this tunnel of water is a single block, which is coherent with the size of the wheel. If you remember, of the on the first water mill, the pipe was 2 blocks large and the wheel one, and that's kinda ugly, even if nobody, I think, really realized. Oh no, okay. So we'll cut in the trees inside the woods to this house, which is extremely large, and this is a family house. I haven't done the interiors outside the furnace, but I think it looks very great. This is a large family house in the woods, and it is inspired from the the TV show La Maison des Bois. And you have the cropland again. So let's go back to the castle and let's go inside the castle. And yeah, as you can see, this is still the castle. This is one build. This is gigantic. Yeah. You know, with my first castle, I was concerned with the lack of space, so I decided to do an extremely large thing, maybe too large. Again, another water source with a river. I think this is very okay. This is weird because like the water source is at the same level of the rest. There is no really slope, but that's nice. That's a very good way to decorate these these empty, like plain empty grass spaces. So we are not going to this entrance, but to the main entrance that is just behind. So we'll have to go inside the village again. And yeah, I really love this village. And yeah, this place is very cool. I really like it. Again, another diagonal bridge and a larger path because maybe you need larger road to bring a lot of stuff to the castle because you know the king is extremely rich, so he buys a lot of stuff. And this is the main entrance. I'll show you. So with two identical tower, they goes to the sky limit. So they cannot be taller. And here I like the way it is done because this you will see this is again a kind of maze, but I like the bridge and I think in terms of ambience it's also of atmosphere it's very well done. And here is my new base with, so as you can see it's large and divided in different sections and everything is sorted correctly. And yeah, that's very practical. And here there is a skeleton spawner, so I use it for the bones. And it's also very close to my base. And this is the flag of the place. You will see it sometimes later in the castle. And also I've done this incredible redstone system, which give a perfectly hidden entries to the to my base. I think it's very cool. So we are going to the throne room. Nothing special, but I think it's important to decorate the interior of the castle. The problem is that the castle is extremely large and I will probably not have the time to cover all the things I've done in the castle, but yeah, that's extremely great. And also I try to have new ideas for each rooms. Like I could build 40 times the same bedroom, but like I'm in Minecraft. Nobody needs 40 rooms, 40 same bedrooms. Like, yeah. This is why it's so hard to build interiors. But I think I've done a good job here. As you can see, this is the flag of the place, inspired from real flag. Maybe you can recognize it. Here you have some storage room and toilets. I think that's nice to have storage room here. We can go from this stair to find a little church for the king, so he do not have to go with peasant in the church, in the city, in the village. Again, a nice view. And here, this is going to the main buildings, and there I think it's going to nowhere outside the top of the tower. But as you can see, I did not make the same mistake with the other castle. I put pressure plate instead of slab, so we can benefit from the view. And yeah, let's go down here. So this corridor is empty, but I plan to make something here. I don't know what for now. And here you have a bedroom, a nice bedroom, quite comfy. And if you go down here, You have this carpet with the color of the castle, of the king. And here you are on the you arrived in on the at the other entrance, and you can go back to the village. So again, interiors here are not finished. For example, here I wanted to make a kitchen, but I gave up for now. Here's some storage. There's storage here again. Strings are important. Here I want to make some sleeping room for employees of the king, with a bathroom here. Here you have a nice uh, decorated room with a fireplace and again the flag of the king, of the kingdom, maybe? I don't know. Here you have the like washing room where you can wash dishes. Here there's nothing, but maybe I will make I don't know what. Or maybe a library. That could be good here, but there's already a lot of bookshelves here. We can go up to this room, which is kind of war room. You have sort of country plan. You can see a river and the two borders of the river with snow and forests. And here you have a chess table, again some bookshelves, and a nice view. So we can go here to another bedroom, a larger bedroom that time, with like you have a separate room for the bed. Yeah, again, nice view. And a room for the office and a room for the storage. And from there, is there something else to see? Maybe up. We can go up to the last floor. And the last floor is completely empty. I want to build a ballroom here. I think the shape here is would be very good for it. But again, do not have the time for now. And here you go to the roof. There is obviously nothing to see here. Where we are going, yeah, another empty room. As you can see, this is a kind of a maze here. So we are back on the main room with the entrance, and we go to sleep. And here we are arriving to one of the best parts, in my opinion, of the castle, which are the garden. Because the way I build it, I left a lot of spaces between building, walls, and like different buildings, and this is very cool. And I built a lot of garden, and I think with this the castle is more unique. So here you have some tower with basically nothing inside, but you can go into all corridors and back here to the church, which is a unique design. I like it. Here you can go in every tower, but there is nothing to see. Nice view on the gardens. And here, I think here you have a very good view on this. It's kinda good. So there you have again some tower with the corridor in the wall, and we can go to this place, which is unfinished for now, but I plan to dedicate it to the soldiers of the king, oh, with some training rooms, maybe jails for prisoners, and bedrooms also, lots of bedrooms. Of course, the king needs to be protected, so this place has to be there. And here is also one of my favorite parts of the building, which is the main palace. So this place is, I think, is clearly Roman inspired, with the Roman villa with this kind of shape with a garden in the middle. And here there are different, okay, but basically all what I will show you there is the same for the four parts of the buildings, but they differ from like the theme, the color here, and this color represents the four seasons. So here we are in the snow area, so in the winter part, and the idea is that when the king change from area of the building depending on the season, and you have storage and water, a bathroom. Here you have an office, and yeah, you go back to the middle, and that's the same here for autumn. So you have this kind of brown leaves, and that's it. So I haven't finished for all four, and also I haven't finished the design of the bedroom, so I haven't done them. And as we can see here, it is empty. So here is the Roman bath. Inspired by uh, bath in England, where they are like those kind of baths with a swimming pool in the middle, and a lot of different activity related to water on this side. Okay, again, this is unfinished because I haven't the time for now, but here there's just this place, which is, in my opinion, cool. This is where servants heat the water by with the fire, and this heats the water, and the water goes out here directly in the pool, so that the water is maintained to a good temperature. Here you have another part of the garden that is not connected to the rest, with a chilly area where you can read a book, just chill, do whatever stuff you want. And there is a door going to nowhere, but I may be I I might build another building here, but not sure. I think it would be cool, but yeah, it would take again a lot of time. So here you can like walk in the walls and make all the turn of the castle, but it's very uninteresting, to be honest. So instead, let's go here, and you may recognize this is the main entrance with the bridge. And if you follow the path, so you can go in the tower if you want. Same thing with the second tower. But what is special here is that if you go downstairs, you connect to the throne room. And from here, you can go up to the first floor. And from the first floor, you can go on the bridge, which connects to the Four Seasons Palace. And then I will show you the last thing I built for now and my last project, which is on the other side entrance. Like contrary to the other castle, I built several entrances. Of course, it's the castle is very large, so there's space for a lot of entrance if I want. I like the small path. I think it's very convenient for in order to defend the castle. But okay, for people that just want to see the king, it might be a pain. And here I plan to make a mine village with houses with a lot of stone, because here there is a mine with TNT and all the things you can see in the mine. And yeah, I think that's cool. I built it just yesterday. And you can go around here. And there you can go in the cave and disconnect to another part of the mine with which I also built yesterday, and I think it's look very good. Yeah, a lot of detailing with TNT here and there for the roleplay, and a lot of like storage thing, and that's it. So I think I showed you about everything I built in this area, but there is one other thing I built in the beginning of December. So I think my home is called like this. And here we are. This is a monument I built in the beginning of December. This is a reproduction of the Patuxei. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly, but this is the monument for the peace in the People Democratic Republic of Laos. And I built it exactly on the 2nd of on December on December the 2nd, sorry, because it was the 15th anniversary of the People Democratic Republic of Laos, and I think this is what I wrote on the sign. This monument reproduces the Patuxai place in Vientiane, People Democratic Republic of Laos. It has been built by Oiseau Bleu on December the this is not the 25th, this is the 2nd of 2025, to celebrate the exact 15th anniversary of the proclamation of the People Democratic Republic of Laos. So yeah, this is it. This is my walkthrough, my 8 months walkthrough. Maybe I will do one maybe 8 months later. Uh, let's finish with this. And here in the middle, this is the flag of the Laos, and you can see the moon rise. That's perfect. So thank you for watching, and see you one day, or maybe in game. Bye.